Welcome back, friends. I'm so glad that you are joining us again on this next episode, if you will, of QSP's Deep Dive into Imagination series. This is going to be another class where eventually we're going to be practicing the tool of an actor, specifically voice, through creative writing. So you may want to think about, do you want to write on some paper? If so, you might want to pause the video now, go get that paper, get, pens, pencils, markers, whatever ready now. Or think about, are you going to want to do your writing on a tablet, on a keyboard? You see me doing this pantomime. So, think about that. But, pause the video if you need to get anything ready. When you're ready, just press play because we're going to keep going. So let's go ahead and start the way we normally do with some good breaths. Find yourself in actor neutral, either standing or sat with a nice tall spine. Go ahead and either, you can close your eyes, you can find a spot in front of you to gently rest and place your eyes, or you can just keep them at the screen if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and close my eyes. And then let's take a deep breath in through our nose. And out. Once more, deep breath in through our nose. And out. One more deep breath in through our nose. Fill up our belly like a balloon and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and out. Let's meet with our eyes on the screen. Hey everyone. So our check-in question for the day is, if there was a newspaper article written about your week, what would the headline be? Okay. Thank you for thinking about that. I think for me, the headline of a newspaper article about my week might be local teacher is happy about spring and sad about some things in the world. I think that's what mine would be. But we're gonna go ahead and take whatever we're feeling right now. We're gonna shake it out with our 8-count shakedown. So if you tuned into our last lesson, you might remember we're gonna shake out both of our arms and then our legs first on a count of 8. And then we're gonna speed it up and do them all again on a count of 4. Then we're gonna speed up a little bit more, do them all again on a count of 2. Speed it up a little bit more and do it all on a count of 1. And then finally shake out our whole body. So just follow along with me. All right. Okay. Starting with our right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Shake it all out. Give every part of you a good shake from your head down to your toes. Nice. Let's go ahead. Why don't we roll our shoulders back too a little bit? Keep taking those good breaths. Roll your shoulders forward. You can let that go. Now, tilt your head to the left and make a fish face like this. Let that go. Go to the other side and make another fish face. Let that go. Why don't we just do some gentle circles with our head? Open up that nice, good breathing. And the other way. Let that go. Okay, so reach over and grab a big piece of bubble gum. Decide what flavor it's going to be. It can be whatever flavor you would most love to taste in your mouth. Let's go ahead and let's chew on that bubble gum. Oh. Really have to work our whole mouth. Gosh, I got this bubble gum chewed because so big. Let's blow a really big bubble now together, okay? And it pops. Oh, I've got bubble gum all over me. If you've got it over you too, just peel it off out of your hair, your face, your clothes. I might have gotten some off of my screen. And then we magic that away. Nice. So hopefully after that, your face, your lips, your teeth, your tongue, everything should feel nice and warm. And let's dive into our tongue twisters again. So again, I will say them and I'll point to you for you to repeat them. Probably say them once again, point for you to repeat. Then you'll see me do this. And this is when we want to say it together, trying to speed up. And we want to try to articulate every sound in all of the words in the tongue twister in a way that we usually do not talk when we are speaking regularly, but this is theater class. And so we want to make sure that our instruments of an actor, our body and voice are all warmed up. So that is why we over exaggerate all of the sounds in the word when we say the tongue twisters. Fantastic, let's go. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Now together, red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. Very nice. Fantastic. Okay, next one. Take a deep breath to reset. Out. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. Now together, unique, New York, 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 unique, New York. That kind of caught me up. It's totally fine if that happened to you too. Good job. All right, so this is our longer one. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. Nice. All right, let's learn one new one for this week. So this is a longer one too, so we'll do it in sections. whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Once more, whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Okay, all together. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Nice. Okay, let's try that one all together. Take a good deep breath. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Nice. Okay, clap for yourselves. Thank you for trying that on. And we're just gonna keep going. Now we're gonna play a game. And for this, I wanna bring in my friend, Miss Anna. Come play with us.
I'm here.
Yay, fantastic. All right, so we are gonna play an improvisation game called Three Things. So we're gonna give a category, and then either Miss Anna or you at home, you get to improvise, you know, first thought, best thought, whatever comes to mind, 3 things that fit that category. And part of how we play it is that we kind of try to keep the rhythm of it, you know, not super fast, but pretty consistent, because again, what we want to practice is not, you know, you get a category and then you want to like, oh, let me take 15 seconds to think about it. We want to just try to practice. Okay, when we see that category, 3 things, what comes to mind, boom, 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 and then we keep going. Alrighty, so Miss Anna, can I have you do some great examples to get us started before we throw them to our friends at home?
I don't know that they'll be great, but I can give examples.
Hey, there we go, there we go. Okay, fantastic. All right, first category is 3 things that you would find in a backpack.
Pencils, erasers, bubble gum.
3 things, amazing. Yes, clap, 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 clap. You can also at home, after you finish, I'll only say 3 things. You can say 3 things as well, but we'll give you a great clap and then we'll go just to the next one. All right, next one for you, Miss Anna, to get us warmed up. The category is 3 things that you would bring on a picnic.
3 things I would bring on a picnic: ants, Jell-O, and a basket. 3 things.
Yay! Fantastic. And here I will pause. You know, some of you at home may say, well, I wouldn't want to bring ants on a picnic. whatever you decide, what comes to mind, that is what we're going with. You know, I would love to read the story about the person who actually wanted to bring ants on a picnic. That would probably be a really interesting character and make for a really fun play. So that's part of why we just play with, you know, sometimes being silly, first thought, best thought, we just see what comes out. All right, anything that you want to say about that, Miss Anna, since you played in our example?
No, I think that one of my favorite things about Three Things is something called word association, because Miss Tiara's right. You wouldn't want to bring ants, but first thought, best thought, that was the first thing I thought about. So there you go.
Absolutely. And you tried it on, you like kept going in the rhythm. And so it was all good. All right, you at home, okay, like get ready, either standing or sat in actor neutral. Let's take a deep breath in together. Let it out. And go. Okay, so you at home, category is 3 things that you would take to the beach. Three things. Yes. Okay. Your next category is 3 things that you would want with you if you got lost in the woods. Go. Three things. Yes. Fantastic. All right. The next category is 3 things that you could find underneath someone's bed. Three things. Yes. You are on a roll. Okay. Next category. 3 things that you could find on a playground. Three things. Oh my goodness. Okay, next category. 3 things you could find in your pocket. Three things. Fantastic. Okay, here's another one for you. 3 things you could find in a treasure chest. Go. Three things. Doing so great. We're just gonna give you one more. Okay, category is 3 things that bring a smile to your face. Go. Three things. Fantastic. Give it up for yourselves. Give yourself some good claps or snaps or like a nice massage, pat on the back, whatever you want, because I am sure you did wonderfully. I wish I could hear what amazing, fun, silly, whatever examples you all had. We're going to take that energy of just creating words that come to mind to be creative with into our writing activity for the day. Yes. So today we are going to be writing haikus. So haikus that some of you might be familiar with, or it could be new or review. It's a Japanese form of poetry where a poem is made with 3 lines. And the first line has 5 syllables. The second line is a little longer. It has 7 syllables. The third line at the bottom also has 5 syllables. So it's like a sandwich. It's 5 syllables. Second line is 7 syllables. And then the bottom part of the sandwich, 5 syllables again. So let's first make sure we practice just what's a syllable? Like Miss Anna, how many syllables are in your name? And how do you know?
My name is kind of a short name, Anna. And so it has 2 syllables, because a syllable technically, I think, is the vowel sounds with the attached consonants. So Anna is my name. So I have 2 syllables in my name.
Absolutely. Anna is 2 syllables. My name, Tierra, or I'll even add Miss Tierra. That's 4 syllables. 4 syllables in Miss Tierra, or just 3 syllables in Tierra. What about like the our theme word for this series, imagination? How many syllables are in imagination?
Sometimes I like to count syllables by patting my chest. So I'm going to say imagination.
Imagination. That's 5 syllables.
It's a long one.
And if we remember haiku, that's like, it's like a 5-syllable sandwich. It's 5 syllables at the top for your first line. Your second line is 7 syllables. And then your last line is 5 syllables again. And these can be made up of single words that are, 5 syllables or 7 syllables. They could be, different words in a line or a sentence. And so actually to play with that, Miss Anna and I are gonna write some example haikus together. Fantastic. Okay, let me share my screen. Get us a whiteboard up here. All right. And so you know what? So one thing I'll say, right, just when we did acrostics last time, if you were in for that lesson, friends at home, we talked about sometimes picking a topic that you care about, that you like, that's important to you, because often that's what many authors like to write about, things that inspire them. Maybe you want to write about something that's boring to you, but go for it if you want to, but probably we want to do something that, that we like, that we think is fun or interesting. And so let's make a haiku about imagination, because we just discovered that that's 5 syllables. So that will give us, we already have our first line. So remember, first line in a haiku, 5 syllables. So it'll be imagination. Amazing. Now we need a second line that is 7 syllables.
I keep thinking of lines with 6 syllables, so I have to work a little harder.
Well, do you mind sharing what you think of, and then maybe I can help make it 7?
Sure. I was working with the words is my inspiration. But we could probably add another word in there.
So why don't we, so we'll do imagination. That was our 5 syllables, our first line. If our second line is my inspiration, that's is my inspiration, that's 6. I have an idea for how we can extend it. So why don't we add like, so.
Oh.
Like we're making it a longer sentence. Okay, so is my inspiration. So that was 7. So now we need a third line that's 5 syllables. Oh, I have an idea.
Go ahead.
So the end could be so. Do you want to play?
Oh.
I think that works, right? And then do you want to play? That's 5 syllables. Yep. Boom, we got first line, 5 syllables. Second line, 7 syllables. Last line, 5 syllables. We just made a haiku, Miss Anna.
Yay, high 5.
High 5 through the screen. Fantastic. Okay, let's try another one. And also for folks at home, you can see it. It's kind of, sometimes the practice of doing the haiku, you might run into, oh, I have an idea for what I want to say, but how do I make it fit? And sort of making it fit in those syllables, kind of like a puzzle, is part of the fun and the practice and the craft of writing a haiku. So just know that you might run into that, where you're like, oh, wait, this was too many syllables, this wasn't enough. And that's, we get to, as creators, take our time and kind of, you know, play with it and make it fit like a beautiful puzzle. Okay, so what should our second haiku be about?
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
So even though folks at home probably won't, well, maybe someday, but not on today, but Miss Tiara and I are recording this lesson today on Earth Day 2021. And haikus traditionally are about nature, and in the original Japanese tradition of haiku. So maybe, Miss Tiara, we could write an Earth Day haiku about, because I know that you and I both really love nature.
I think that's a great idea. And yes, you know, something that I love about poetry, plays, any kinds of creative writing is we can use it to, you know, if there's an important event in our lives, we can, you know, make a play or make a poem about that and have that be a way that we celebrate. Which I think is also really nice if, you know, since some of us are still having to be distant and, you know, not necessarily gathering outside the way we would like. So yeah, let's write an Earth Day haiku.
Can I have an idea for a first line. Can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say animals bring joy.
Animals bring joy. That's 5 syllables, right, friends at home? I think so. So I think we can do that. Animals bring joy. I love that as a start. Now we get to think about what do we want our next line to be. Okay, I think I got it. How about so do rocks, trees, and rivers.
Ooh, fun.
So do rocks, trees, and rivers. 7 syllables, so it fits for kind of the middle of our sandwich. Did you what did you want to say, Miss Anna?
I had a suggestion. Maybe instead of rivers, we say water, because then we could talk about more kinds of water.
Sure, absolutely. That fits. So does. Oh, well, we can say waters. So do rocks, trees, and waters.
No, I like rivers better. Keep it to rivers.
Okay. All right. This is, yeah, you know, this is part of the process, everybody. Okay, so we had animals bring joy. That's our first 5 syllable line. Then we'll do so do rocks, trees, and rivers. 7 syllable line. As you write haikus, you may find yourself counting on your fingers a lot, and that's great. And then to kind of like the second piece of bread for the sandwich, we're going to finish with another 5 syllable line. I have an idea. What about protect Mama Earth?
I had protect I wanted to use the word protect too. So that's perfect.
We had, you know, an energy sort of mind meld across the way. Okay, so our last line for this haiku is protect Mama Earth.
Yay.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. So you at home, now it is your turn. You know how to write a haiku. You know, it is 3 lines. First is a 5 syllable line. Second is how many syllables is the second line, Miss Anna? 7. And then the last one is just like the beginning, another 5 syllables. They're traditionally about nature. So if you're stuck on a topic, you could pick that, maybe about Earth Day, maybe about something that you like in nature, but you can pick any topic that you like. We are gonna play some music. We're gonna give you about 6 minutes or so to write. So go ahead if you want to pause the video, grab whatever you're going to use to write, or, you know, get whatever ready, and then you can press play again whenever you're ready. Okay, so go get your writing stuff now, and we'll set up the music.
Miss Tiara,
Yeah.
Can you add a note to the whiteboard that says how many syllables are in each line, just in case folks forget to count? So they just have the numbers.
Absolutely. Let me put that at the top then. Okay, I'll put haikus. First line, 5 syllables. Second line, 7 syllables. Third line, 5 syllables. Now I'll put here that these are examples.
Woo-hoo.
Fantastic. All righty, so let me go and get some music going, you all. All right, artists, write your haiku. All right, writers, we have about 20 more seconds. Okay. All right. Well, you know, at home, if you're in a groove and you are just a haiku writing machine, you can of course pause us and just, write until you're finished, and then come join us again. But now is the point where we want to hear what you wrote. And so, we, as Miss Anna said in our last episode, there are ways that, you can ask your grown-up to help share your writing, either, just a written copy or maybe a video of you reading it to us would be amazing. They can help share via email or via social media. So ask your grown-up if you want to. But for right now, you just wrote something original. So go ahead. Yes, exactly. We're already clapping for you. So go ahead, get yourself an actor neutral, sat or standing. Take a deep breath in and out. And read your poem as though you're in front of an audience that is there just excited to hear what you have to say. So pause the video and go. Amazing! Yes! I just get so excited about anybody using their imagination, but especially young artists like you. So thank you for taking the time to do this. And bonus round, if you've been with us in our other lessons, you know that we've been doing these fun activities where we make poems come alive with movement, either with pantomime or with still tableaus. So your bonus round challenge is, why don't you try delivering your poem and making it come alive with your body at the same time? So you wrote a haiku, or maybe many haikus, and there are 3 lines to them. So my challenge to you would be, you could do your poem, and then say your poem, and then for each line, have a different movement that makes it come alive. And actually, Miss Anna, why don't we take one of our haikus that we wrote and show what that looks like before we give our friends at home a bonus round chance to do that.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yes, so let's bring back up our whiteboard. Okay, which one do you want to do?
Can we do the second one, the animals one?
Absolutely. Let's do our Earth Day poem. And why don't we, so we're doing staging right now, friends at home. Since there's 2 of us, what if I say the first line and then you make it come alive with movement? You say the second line, I'll make it come alive with movement. Again, whatever comes to mind. Third line, we'll finish, and then I'll say it, and then, even though it's on Zoom, why don't we try to say the third one together and then we both do it?
We can do that. I believe in us. I believe in technology.
Okay, fantastic. So it'll be me, you, us, and then the movement will be you, me, and us.
Yeah.
All right, friends at home. This is an example of if you have a friend, maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's whoever's at home with you. You could do it like this, but we're just gonna try. We're gonna improvise and see what happens when we make our poem come alive. All right. So same as we said to you, Miss Anna and I will get into our actor neutral. We'll take a deep breath in and out and begin. Animals bring joy.
So do rocks, trees, and rivers.
Protect Mama Earth. We did it! Interesting Interesting. Did y'all see that? We somehow had the same instincts, but also it would have been amazing if we had different instincts too. Okay, so we always give ourselves some love anytime we perform or we're creative. We give ourselves some love. I'll stop sharing my screen. So you at home, go ahead, pick at least one, or you could do all of them, the haikus that you wrote, and again, get into your actor neutral, read them out, and with each different line, make it come alive in however way you want. So go ahead and pause the video and try that out. Press play again when you're finished. Incredible. Inspired, exhilarating. Thank you so much for trying that on. Friends, we are at the end of today's class. Can you believe it? So for our checkout today, let's share a movement that represents how we're feeling. So again, not, maybe you think about it in words, but rather than saying it out in words, share how you're feeling through a movement. Miss Anna, do you want to get us started for our checkout?
Be happy to.
Okay, friends at home, what about you? Thank you so much for sharing. All right, I think mine is, that's me. All right, let's end with some good breaths together. Find yourself in actor neutral. Deep breath. Oh, and of course, with your eyes, you can keep them on the screen. You can find a place in front of you to gently rest them, or you can close them. Go ahead and make a choice. Empty the air out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in together and out. Once more in through our nose and out. Deep breath in through our nose. Fill up our belly like a balloon and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and out, 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 out. Exhale. Let's meet with our eyes back on the screen. Thank you so much for playing today. See you next time. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others.